honestly, all legs always have this problem of there's conflicting axes of rotation that I want to have loops following around. Mm. And somehow that joins. That'll help. But boy, it looks janky at this point. That was not the key I was hitting. Okay, brain is fully hanging out somewhere else today. At the moment. It may change, might improve. Won't hold my breath. But so this is 12 right now. That's a pretty good number. I think I want to maintain that. So, no adding or removing here. I would like it to also, well, actually, I have no idea. Oh, wrong. Wrong one. Gotta select in the outliner. Oh, we don't know is the issue. No, it might be 28 edges coming together to here. It probably is, in fact, yes. We do know. For a while we didn't. But I inset and did stuff, and we'll just want to kind of like trade out some of these joints. That's the problem. So yeah, 28, but if I can like lose some of that in here defining this, that's fine. And actually this, now that I've reminded myself that yeah, this whole upper section is totally the torso sculpt, it's not a combination. I should be fine to do that. You stretch, might as well. So that is 9 vertices. Not that it really matters, but we know. They are becoming more instead of less. But it's fine. I'll fix that shortly. And more importantly, space. Maybe not more importantly. Oh, I don't know if... So this is now 13 vertices involved here. It's 12 edges, so I'm not sure if that is... If it's the number of vertices or the number of edges that the loop tool thing has issues with when they are odd. So we definitely don't have room for another loop the way that I have things there. But if we're just kind of going... I don't know. This is unfortunately not going to apply to the shrink wrap. But if I kind of figure out where it needs to go. No, maybe there is enough room. Maybe if I just make sure that, like, I have a loop that is going the right direction. No. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Do you know what I'm doing? Just don't want to admit it because that means that this will always be this difficult. That's not actually true. Just because I know what I'm doing doesn't mean that I'm necessarily knowing it with as much ease as I will when I am more practiced. Okay. So. So-dee-do. Let me look at the... I think the way that I have this set up, I really don't want a lot of deformation along here. Like we're gonna have squishing under this hip bone area. Those are definitely hip bones, not like dramatic side muscles, whatever those are called. I've lost the word. Anyway, I want to say pommelers or something. It's something that makes me think of the French. What? But brain. Okay. Problem with not being able to continue this is I'm still not entirely sure what numbers I'm aiming to aim for. But yeah, it'll be 3 on this side, and I think it's another 3 right here, right now. Four. These two are straight there. Okay, so 3 edges, 4 edges, 2 edges for this front portion. I'm going to split this at least once, but it could be more than that. So. But it is currently 2 edges, so that's cool. Alright, 4 edges and 3 edges. If we can get 4 down to 3, that should be fine and should also be easy, right? That's a thing that seems like something I've for a short while I had memorized. But immediately I'm not thinking of the ways. So it's like extrude this, and now we can get 3 down to 2. Which, I mean, conceptually that means that we can get 4 down to 3. Except that it feels wrong. So. We've just extruded a line with more thought put into it. My brain. Okay. If we just, like, have a loop backward, that would technically work, but it's a terrible idea. I should definitely bookmark that page. With all of the combinations. I'm gonna look it up again and add it to my bookmarks. Or I think it's not just. Yeah. What I'm specifically talking about is the bookmarks that like show up at the top of my page at all times. Versus I do have other bookmarks that I forget about. like my dashboard is actually a bookmark. I forgot that. I thought it was just like, yeah, it's easy access because I go there all the time. So it's like on my front page when I open a new tab in Firefox. Anyway, topology flow, edge flow. That's not what I'm saying. I think I probably found it just by going for topology for hands. And then it was topology guides has all the things. Okay. This is so nice. Sorry, they've added more to the topology guides site since I last saw it. Or I just didn't. Yeah, it's not since I last saw it. Well, no, it could be. If I didn't look, I think that's the end of December last year was the most recent update that I definitely had not seen. So yeah, cool. Been a while since I looked at this. Sorry, specifically what I'm looking at right now is topologyguides.com. And I could show you what it is also. I make Firefox visible, make sure it's looking at the right window, and hide Blender. There we go. So, yes, the like explanation is new. Like I have done my best to explain that before. This is what we're thinking of. Want to make sure that things are kind of hinging on an edge, and I don't know if I'm doing that well right now because yes. Those reasons. But yes, I found it through the hand topology thing. What I'm looking for, I like the pole moving things, but that's not what I'm looking for still. This is what I wanted. Sorry, it just opened a new window, but whatever. I can favorite it, and it's on my toolbar. Yeah, optimal edge loop being the first 3 words, visible, good, hooray. But yes. Okay, so 4 to 3 is indeed one of the ones that's not there. That's why I'm having difficulty. But that's okay. I am curious why this triangle is helpful. Like, obviously it looks nice, but it doesn't look nice, but it looks nice here, so I need to work that into my brain instead of thinking, at this point we should definitely combine these, because one triangle is better than a triangle and a weird quad leading nowhere. But yeah, definitely does subdivide better. So yes, I fully understand the 3 to 1. And I feel like that's not what I do for a 4 to 1. But none of these have. I don't know. Okay, it's fine. It's helpful, it's good. Okay. So, now having looked at this, it's just very much we want a loop, goes down and back to a point. We want our redirection, or our reduction to redirect. Which I don't really, but it is better for it to happen where I'm expecting versus like it goes off to the side and around in a random direction. So it's good. Alright. perhaps have absorbed that now. But yeah. So, following that theory, go down and across, then back to here, and that seems like an incredibly bad idea. But I guess we were on the wrong object or something? What is happening? Why is it this way? Okay. Did I merge this point with a different point? Okay. No, we're definitely working on the body only here. It's like, is it not connected because I connected it to the legs? No, we're only on the torso. I don't know what it was doing. So we've moved 4 down to 2 unintentionally. 4 down to 4. But not really, because I can just like move this over and it's once again redirecting edges in kind of random directions. But it is 3. The point is we have 3 here. It's fine. So, 3 back there. Again, I believe it is 4 starting from there, but I am wrong because it's 3 for this. So. Oh, my baby. Oh, my darling. Something about the swinging an edge wide makes me think of dancing legs. And I guess top hats and canes. Also, I keep hunching. And I was on voice chat last night. I like actually joined in. But this means that I also know that sometimes when I slouch, my fan like directly hits my mic. Haven't noticed it in the quick, like, little bits of my streams that I end up rewatching while making them into podcasts highlights. One of those words. I don't know where podcast came from. But yes. I have a podcast now. Who knew? Not me. But also, hi, Mark. Feel free to go back to lurk if that was just you had to make that joke. But also, feel free to tell me how your day's going. Yes, good morning. In and out, totally fine. So this is clearly a mess. Let's see. There's 13 vertices. It's definitely not going to be able to grid fill this. Yep, switch to 2. I can select 2 edge loops or a single closed edge loop with blah 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 blah. Probably it said even numbers of vertices. So yeah. That looks all clear and nice. This looks suspicious. Like, I'm definitely going to end up with the triangle in a couple places. That is a relatively safe place for a triangle, I think. But then again, let's delete those, see if I can get something better. I'll maybe also delete this one because it looks like it would be happy to have a little bit more geometry right there. Then we're down to the 5, which is always going to be something ends up with the try. There we go. That looks messier, and yet I'm happier with the division of things, so yeah. Everything's very messy, very, very redirected. But hey. Still recovering from travel, yeah. Was I aware that there was more travel? I don't know if I was. Though if you're still recovering from camp, that's totally fine. No, I was. You told me. I've forgotten though, because I'm the worst. Okay. I've been talking to too many people, which is like 4. And I've realized that I've missed things and have misattributed other things. The only information that has remained is like when people say their favorite Pokemon or whatever. For some reason, that's sticking with me. I think it's clearly very important information for knowing everything about them as a person. So that's a real mess. But it's still 28. And this opening is 23. That is questionable. Okay, if instead of these points, I count these other points, it's going to be exactly the same. So, something needs to change. I suggest that it be somewhere in here. No, I shouldn't suggest that. I can, but... Should I? Yeah, I should, because... But no. So I'd have the right height. I guess if I... No, I... Like... Sorry. Words. I have words. So it's 3... I know I need to match up 3 there, and 4 here, and 2-ish here. The 2 can go that way. And obviously that is an uneven number. So I need to decide which portions of this. Obviously that. That is 13 now, because I've added another slice. So, I'm pretty sure that we are going to need more slices back here to match up anyway, so it's probably where I should be focusing. That is, I believe, an okay placement because we still have a loop where we need it. And I didn't break up a loop with the triangle. But it's also in this area that we aren't going to be looking at a lot. Okay. Cool, cool. You know. X. Snap. And ignore email sounds. Okay. We have now one less along there. 22 is a lovely number. Not actually a great number, but it's fine. It does its job. And so this and the legs together in edit mode should make it a wee bit easier to make that an even number. Okay, 14. Kind of joining 228. Kind of, sort of. Wait, not dissolve edges. We are deleting faces. There we go. That's going there. This is matching up here. This is all definitely worth it. Totally. Oh, good. Why are there two vertices here? Who are you? You are over somewhere abouts here. Abouts here, in fact. Okay. I was trying to select like that, and that's a bad idea. Okay. Again with the this. No, not again with the this. This was just kind of a block-in. Okay. Deleting the that. Okay. Again, an email noise. This is 15 now, but it shouldn't be, but it is 13, and therefore it's okay if I just add another loop there to allow this to be a quad. It will throw off very little because we've already thrown it off there. Cool. Think, yeah, prepared. As long as I prevent myself from adding any more detail to things that don't need it. Okay. Still, just in case, I'm going to keep the legs separate for now and get those toes in here. And have another sip of coffee. So, yeah. Doesn't really matter. I am not bothering with the dew claw. Even though that seems to be present in the Deinonychus. We don't know anything about the Aliculaceae. And I have no real reason to be using the Deinonychus for what I'm basing it on, so probably be better off referencing the T-Rex, and if they have a Dewclaw, we still don't know what the Aliculaceae looks like. And I don't know why I say better off with the T-Rex. I didn't actually look into the guess of a family tree for the skull fragments they have. Yeah, I don't like that claw. I will, I think, just do a quick loop here and not bother with perfectly matching this very janky claw that I like the general curve of in multiple directions, but definitely not profile from here. That's not worth sculpting when that's just not what I'm doing. Right. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on the underside. So yes, very jank. 'Tis okay. Because I say so. Just gonna join these to make sure that they're sort of stuck together as they should be. And unnecessarily nubbinly out to the side. The toes still have shape to the foot for no particular reason. But this is 14, and again, I believe that is 15. What have I done? Where have I messed this up? Why does it keep adding 2 instead of 1 when I just want 1? What happened? This is 15. 15 edges. Is it you? Is it your fault? Probably. Like, we matched everything up. In theory, everything should be even numbers. It's 22. It is 19 question mark. In my brain. Okay. Thought I matched things up. I thought that's what I had done. I had succeeded. So we have retop of body, and we have... Oh, I selected jaw instead of legs, I think. That's what went wrong there. Okay, so we clearly have... This is going to become 2 into 1. That's not good. So... we prepare for this to flare further. That doesn't look like that's necessarily going to help anything. No, it should. It should be fine. What's going up there? It's not a great thing to have happening right at your knee, but it's gonna be mostly not moving right there. It's fine. It's fine is what I say. So that's 15 again. question mark? That's 15 again. I just added a cut and it's 15 again. So what did I have selected that I thought it was 15 earlier? Why? Why? Did I get rid of one in the back and then do that? Am I that silly? I think I might be. I think that sounds like me. But no, that's lined up there. That's lined up there. It appears to be a try, and that's a problem. But it is lined up. So I guess that's probably what I got rid of? Question mark. Again. So many questions. Now it's 16. And this makes sense, I think. I think we still have everything lined up appropriately, other than we need these two cuts here, and that's gonna change things back here. But it's okay because it doesn't have to. Because reasons. So I already said that I'm kind of trying to keep this area of the lake stable. So what am I doing? Going the wrong way. No, I'm not going the wrong way. I am going the wrong way, but I'm going the wrong way in a way that makes sense. Because I just need to get rid of that and make our cuts. And then extrude a thing, and then we have this to make of it. Okay. Fingers crossed that might be the end of that confusion. Might not be. Kind of equal possibilities there. Cool. Okay. That puzzle somewhat solved. Yes. So this is 14. This is 16. So we're gonna want to lose some geometry on the knee, or the ankle, I guess it actually is here. So Okie dokie. So. Sorry, 16 to 14 means 4 to 2, or kind of any of those combinations. We lose 2. So 3 to 1 would also work. But I think 4 to 2 is... Well, no. Which of these is more centered on here? I think I want 4 to 2 to be more centered. Because it is up there a bit more, or it should be, were it not for the very awkward everything right here. So yes. Let me go around. Remind myself, actually looking at this again. Okay. So yeah. Much like the 3 to 1 that I have been doing, like second nature, it's that, but with a line straight down the middle. So. Space, not relax. And then again. Relax is better. Relax is safer. I think I'm going to go ahead and duplicate and apply the shrink wrap at this point, and also save my file. I'm trying to decide if it's going to be worth it to save a separate version of the file. I don't think that I did anything that made things worse, because yeah, I didn't do anything that made things worse. I added material and then made it more confusing. But anyway, so Shift D Control. Okay. Yeah, sorry, that was on the legs. Good, good, good. Gonna be iffy, but that's okay. Totally fine and okay. I'm gonna need to have a loop cut that I make actually fit the foot. But these I should be moving to be where they need to be to work with the toe loop. So I could be merging them, but I'm still nervous and maybe I don't want it to be merged. Goes up to there, yep. And that goes up to there, which will go up and over to there. So they almost meet, but not quite. Because everything's a mess right along here. Again, no, Shift D, Control A. The difference between Control D and Shift D and all that. It's a wee bit of a pain, but it's not too much. So I do feel like I need some extra material in here, but at the same time, I don't think these ankles are gonna bend a lot more than this in most everyday use. So, like, maybe I don't need anything different. I feel like I'm severely lacking gussets on this raptor. It is not a raptor. Especially considering how much topology I have. Most of it's just kind of to define areas and keep neighboring areas from being too like dramatically different in amount of detail. What am I doing here? I swear there was something. Okay, no, this is how I was selecting this. Okay. I wanted to use the deselect these stripes of, and I could have. That would have, like, if I had done this, that would actually have been faster. My brain did not want to consider that. I hide those. We get very little of the definition if I then add a subdivision surface without a ton of creases made. It's just like blobby. But if we add a bunch of creases, then it might be fine. Or it might be that I need to do something. But we'll get there. When we get there, we're gonna have... I think I'm happy with the mesh as it is. It's just whether or not I need to crease my various important edges. Or if I'm going to need to words. I think yes, this is good to be totally flat on the z-axis. Yes. Anyway, what I'm saying is once I have bound these together and made the claws and like filled in the mouth plane areas, I'll be good to animate it. That's a very necessary, very soon step because I know animation requires that I come back with fresh eyes multiple times. And that's something that requires time. That's not something that you can do the last day in a rush before rendering. Materials and things, obviously, like everything's better with fresh eyes, but animation is the thing where I need a full brain reset for it to work. Come on. That. Do I want spacing? I don't want relax. So I want. Well, maybe I do want relax, but I think. Maybe neither of those. I just want each of these to be flat in some direction. Unfortunately, this one chose the wrong direction. So I guess it just gets to be G-stretched. And then we'll reveal the body. It's not terrible. I think a little bit more of an upward angle is good. Yeah, the eyes I'm gonna need to work on for sure. Gonna go ahead and smooth those vertices in general. I'm not sure about these relationships. I think they get to be relaxed a bit too. Same for that. Maybe if I'm able to go down that far too. No, it's real bad. Okay. Smooth vertices, maybe. Maybe that'll work. If it's just smooth vertices, then we can include both directions that this is feeding into. Alright. Once more. Go, and one more. Yeah, I think I'm just a little bit nervous about the way that this will or will not be able to express itself. It's this kind of eye I have not done well, at least, if I've done it at all. Okay, cool. So, at this point, I'm going to save this. I'm going to have another sip of coffee. I'm going to realize that we're probably coming up on an ad break in 6 minutes. So if I chug this coffee, then I could take a conveniently timed coffee/drink break. Probably not coffee. Because trying to have more water, or at least only slightly flavored water, versus caffeine-laden water. It's so good. In pursuit of this, other than at least 2 cups of just straight water. I also had 2 cups of tea, and I would have otherwise been tempted to have coffee yesterday. Herbal tea specifically, not even decaf. But yeah, how long will I last on that? I think I may have actually slept 8 hours last night, so that's nice. Yeah, still not sure that that's directly caffeine related versus just I was so tired. But anyway. So yeah, it's 5 minutes now. It'll be like 43 or something for the ad break, so I will probably plan to also take a drink break at that point. But let's see if we can get everything pieced together in the meantime. So I'm going to turn off snapping. Do I want... I've already applied shrink wrap so many times on this one that probably there's no difference. Okay, is there... yeah, okay. I moved everything. I think I know what everything looks like, so let's just actually get rid of this loop of faces, and then I can just do the bridge loops. Amazing. Okay. I don't think I have anything else that within its own object needs that. So yes, let's go ahead and apply shrink wrap. There too. And there. And there. And going to take all the things, I think, and join them to the body. I think there's no particular reason to keep the jaws separate at this point. Mouth stuff will be separate for a while after I'm actually ready to do that. So cool. Hide our sculpts for now. Do I shade everything smooth? Let's go for it. Yeah, so I am, yeah, I think I'm good to just merge everything to the leg here. So once we're down here, the center makes more sense. Cool. That is a ton of mess. But it is good. So now we kind of select and relatively carefully smooth things out so that I don't have to snap them against anything. And yet, I shall. Okay. Good, amazing, all that jazz. Let's get down here and maybe back up there. And do I want... Is it more important to me that these straight lines are straight or that these are the correct space? We'll go with space first. Then come back and relax those lines. Oh goodness, not space. Just relax. It'll be great. Okay. Yes, I was intentionally having it be wider at the top, smoother on the bottom. So it's okay with me to relax all these lower edge portions pretty well. Maybe not quite that much, so we relax like by a factor of 10, and it seems to be exactly the same. So good enough. Maybe. Okay, and now the main event. Oh gosh. There's a lot of iffiness here. Did I actually match up numbers here? I did. So which of these do I think is most able to be deleted and bridged? Probably this one? I think it's kind of gone too far into the armpit. So, delete those faces. Select, Control E, bridge edge loops. And add a extra cut for the fun of it. Do I just relax? There's something else I ought to be doing. Relax space and relax again. Maybe. There's that temptation to just move that in. But it is not necessary. So, got that, and then we just have to bind the jaw in. Oh, come on. Let me select those. There we go. Amazing, incredible. Okay. So this is kind of the actual corner of the mouth, even though it looks like it's down here. Go ahead and move that forward a little bit. And I was thinking about talking about kind of having a inset flap of skin that expands here. That good ol' tendon between the jaws. Also, we fully missed the ad break and drink break. I was deep in that. Sorry about that. Did I finish my drink? Pretty much. Will I catch the next one? Probably not. Knowing me. Okay, I did just add 4 cuts without actually checking how much we had down here. Okay, so we have 14 there. And we have 15 there. Good ol' uneven numbers. Okay. Where do I have too much definition? Probably the very tip of the nose. I don't want to have less back here. So as I say, looking at this more, I just want to add more definition, especially right here. No idea what that means. What that means for me. Other than slide this down. yeah, I just want to add more definition here. So anyway, now we have even more too many edges, but they are an even number. 16 versus 14. Which is, it's not like actually too many edges. I'm just like consciously not increasing the definition on the lower jaw right there. Flatten. Flatten that. I think it already had been. Cool. I'm realizing. Okay, yeah, the jaw sculpt has its origin where it should be for rotation. It's just like, oh yeah, I discovered exactly where I want my jawbone to rotate. Glad I didn't lose that when I joined the retopo. So anyway, it doesn't really matter what we have going on here. So I just extrude that and then scale it down, move it in. We can probably do stuff with that. I think I'm going to go ahead and make my full stuff and things. If this joins back there, not join, makes a face back there. Then I have to decide exactly how many cuts it needs. It's going to be different on the top versus the bottom. This is currently 20. Technically, that would be a doable number, but anyway, it is kind of four. 4 cuts back there. 4 cuts up there, therefore. So this to here is 8 cuts. Oop, you know. Oh, sorry. Like, why does it think I'm holding on to 8 edges? Because it's looking at this as vertices. Okay, everything's fine. Everything makes sense. Computer is doing exactly what I ask it. And if there's a problem, it's my own. There we go. That didn't work. Right, it's 5. It's 4 cuts, but it's 5 things. There we go. And so in contrast, still have whatever, 5 faces. That is so very around the edge. But anyway, this is 8 edges, so 7 cuts only, theoretically. And that just lined up. Very nice. I am going to go ahead and relax that. It does not need to be a specific amount of janky to match its sculpted base. Okay. Oh, no, that's bad. Relax only. Okay, so now that we have this, should also be all flat, but slightly different from that flatness. Okie dokie. I think I do actually specifically want each of these to be much more nothing on the y-axis. I guess I have brain will travel. I need to do that without affecting the edges, so I shouldn't have. Yeah, shouldn't have messed with it. Pretty much. Point, scale down, move back. Okay, yeah, it's official. I hate this. No, I don't. It's fine. It's good. It's bad, actually, but it's fine. And yes, I've made it somewhat better, and now I can relax. Oh my goodness, those edges, so that they are closer to what they were to start with, but not nearly as dramatic. Really want a G stretch. For one thing, just spreading, not spreading evenly. And for another thing, just a little bit less strong than that. Let it have that bit of a dip that it's developed. For no particular reason, just I want it to. Okay. Everything's fine, dandy. And now I'm safe at last to... I could extrude. Do I want to extrude? I think I do. Okay. So Alt-E, extrude, faces along normals. -0.02. Let's scale that in. So we scale that in, but then we also have to move that in on the X. And we'll probably also want to scale that on the Y. And move it on the Y. Alright. And I think the lower jaw is required to be a little bit less of a percentage of it. Because, yeah, I'm going to want some gums to kind of clip into this. And that won't work well if that necessarily means that they're visible on the outside of the jaw. There's any flexing of it. Like it's already kind of gonna be a close thing. So, let's see how close. Let's also just like make that a little less scary. Come on. Seeing through does not mean that I'm able to edit. That's okay. It does once we're in vertex mode. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. So we have that, then we just need to have the eyes. I'm gonna go for... I'm gonna glance at my time before next ad break, so I'll know that I'll have missed it at 11:12 something. I'm fully out of coffee and dry, so I am going to need to take a coffee break, whether or not I miss taking it at the ad break again. Again, we have uneven numbers. How did I do this? Probably I did it on stream and didn't even notice. Want this to be a nice, gentle flow. While at the same time I also want it to be a nice, gentle flow from here. But let's go for that. Now we have 24. And see if I can merge those at center. Maybe. Like, it's a terrible place for a pull, but I had one anyway. So, like, why not? I guess. And it's giving me somewhat more even everything here. Okay, we have 10 there and 12 there. That's good because the upper eyelid is more complex. I have a strong feeling that I had uneven numbers of things again. Of 53. Still have an uneven number. This doesn't make sense to me. Like it does, but I'm just worried that I'm selecting an amount that will look like it is being successfully smoothed, but then it isn't. So that's 9 edges, 10 vertices. It seems like it's done correctly. So I'm gonna go ahead and select it the difficult way. If instead of relax I space, it's very questionable because of those pulls in the various places, I think. Maybe. I don't know, it doesn't really make sense that would be the case. Okay, looks maybe too friendly again, but I don't know. I have difficulty making things that look evil because generally they end up being ugly and then I feel bad for them and then I'm like, no, that's not evil, that's a friend. That won't work. But when you're doing cartoony things, like the standard is that there's something off about the bad guy. That usually translates to ugly. But when I'm staring at a thing for this long, I either don't notice how ugly it is, or I can't handle it being ugly. I guess. So my other dinosaur, I gave like built-in tear ducts, kind of. I maybe want that here too. Ad break. Okay, thank you, Booksnail. Love you. Alright, I will do that. It'll probably be too late by the time I scribble my BRB, but I'm gonna do that anyway. Ha ha ha. Oh goodness, yeah, I haven't. Haven't plugged in my stylus, so but yes, BRB. Got it. Have liquid. Alright. It is not coffee. It is Kool-Aid that's not like Kool-Aid, but if I have ruler data, that is not meant to be in there, so goodbye. Alright. But yes, success. Thank you very much for pointing it out, even if I saw it late. Which, based on expected times, I definitely did, but oh well. Alright, yes. Indeed. There's this want to turn those into transform to sphere. I'm gonna flatten them. That won't really work. I guess I need to do these connective faces and then I can mess with it all as one thing that should become a little bit more spherical, circular. Yeah, probably not quite at this point. But I can extrude further and turn that into a circle, where it should be around the eyeball. I think I succeeded in making that just large enough at that space. We'll need another cut that is outward. There's an unnecessary amount of detail there where we literally will not see it, but I know I've like thought that I wouldn't see something, and then turns out that I did. So because you look at the eyes very closely, I have just saved again. What to remind myself when I saved last. Looking at the properties of the previous. But it's real slow to do that. Yeah. Yes, I think I successfully saved the previous file before I combined everything, and therefore this is the combined retopo file. Alright. And I think there's no reason to keep the sculpted versions of anything here, other than maybe the back legs, just to like remind myself, ah yes, that's the like flare of the claws that I want, even though they're entirely wonky as a cross section. So and get rid of this. No, wait, the sculpt jaw. We can place an empty there. Snap our cursor to selected and add a circle. That's not 0.25, I guess, meters wide, or meters radius, so half a meter wide. And call this the jaw hinge. Look at this, yeah. Jaw hinge. And then I can get rid of the things that have way too much information.